Hey guys, it's Dr. Tomato, and I just finished the first season of Bojack Horseman. Bojack Horseman is a Netflix original series about a star from the 90s who is now a washed up alcoholic actor, and that's basically the plot of the entire show. The main character is actually a horse person, which is weird, and the whole world that they live in Bojack Horseman is a very weird world, but you get used to it as the show goes on, and the world that they live in with like the half animal, half people hybrids actually results in some pretty funny scenarios. But the reason that I watched the show was because I kept hearing great things about it. People said that it's one of the few adult shows that's actually more than just comedy. It actually has like strong feelings and gives out some thoughtful opinions on things in life, I guess. So I thought that I'd check out the show and see if it's as good as everyone says. Is it as good as everyone says it is? I think that the praise for this show was a bit too high. People would say like it was the greatest adult show ever made, and I'm like, no, that would probably go to Rick and Morty, because I think Rick and Morty, which I've praised tons of times before, had a nice balance of comedy and drama. While this show surprisingly has a lot more drama than comedy, and that's actually one of the things that I really liked about this show. I expected it to be mostly comedy with bits of drama, but this is definitely a drama cartoon with bits of comedy. A lot of the episodes just end on a really depressing note, and pretty much what makes the show so interesting is the main character, Bojack, who is just a washed-up celebrity. No one respects him anymore. He's become a complete jerk. But even if he is a jerk, he is a likable jerk, and you can see that there's still some good inside him. And as the show goes on, you see even more of that good come out of him. A lot of the characters in the show are also very likable. Of course, they all have their own distinct personalities, and they're all very different from one another. I think the character that I liked especially was Diane, because she just felt like a real person that everyone knows in real life, and I just think her character was very well written, and she gave a lot of her very thoughtful opinions that were kind of philosophic, in the fact that a lot of the things she said in the show really did make you think, and just make you think a bit more about life. And you know, that's what I liked about the show. It made me think, and it's not what I'd expect from a comedy, because I think this show was mainly about depression. That was the whole theme of the show. It was a guy who was depressed and trying to figure out why he was depressed and how he can fix his life. And it's very interesting that a comedy would choose something like that to kind of look at, and you think that they'd make like jokes about depression and stuff, like most adult shows would, but it does handle the situation actually pretty seriously, which is a surprise considering the show it is. Speaking of like the animals and stuff, and the fact that this is a world of animals, and a very strange world that I really do not understand completely. I do like a lot of the stupid animal puns. Some of the jokes are just really dumb, but you kind of admire the jokes for how dumb they are. There's a part where Diane's talking about her family, and she says that one of her brothers who was adopted is the black sheep of the family. Then you cut to their family, and he's an actual black sheep. And just stupid jokes that like shouldn't be funny. The animal puns should not be funny, but this show somehow does that, and I do not know how. As I said, the main part of the show is not the jokes. It is mostly the characters and the drama behind each character and their story and everything. And normally I do not care for drama TV shows, but hey, this is a cartoon, you know, I'll watch anything that's a cartoon. And as a cartoon, it does an amazing job at doing all this stuff that most people say cartoons can't do. The animation is not the best. It's an adult comedy, so I really don't expect the highest of animation. But from the shows I've watched on Netflix so far, I'd say they're all pretty good. Daredevil was my favorite, but this one is also a very good show, and I am very excited to watch the second season. It's already on Netflix, so I'm gonna have to watch it and maybe review it sometime soon. I normally don't even stick to my word. But overall, I just think that BoJack Horseman is a show that's much deeper than you'd think it'd be. You'd expect just a dumb adult comedy, which at times it is, and it's getting kind of low reviews, like on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it got like a 50 something percent or 60 something, and I think people said that it was just like any other adult show, but it is not. The first half of the season probably does feel like that, but as you learn more and more about each character, which is what I also really like, just finding out more about these characters that you really start to care for, then you start to realize that it is much more than that. So overall, I do recommend BoJack Horseman to anyone who likes adult comedies or likes dramas. Then definitely go check this out. I'm excited to see what season 2 has in store. And yeah, that's basically all my thoughts. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like the video or subscribe to my channel. And I guess I will be uploading a review of season 2 soon. So, bye.